everyone. Happy Monday. Good morning or good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. I hope everyone had a really good weekend. I know it was a little bit chillier outside, but hopefully you still got to go outside a little bit. I know I went outside and went for a couple runs and went for a few walks just to try to get myself out of the house a little bit. But yeah, I hope everyone had a really good weekend. And you're back with Miss Giebert this week. I know that last week Mrs. Sandager in her video kind of explained how we're gonna kind of do these videos going forward, just with the extended amount of time that you were away from each other. We're gonna kind of start doing just one video a week. So this week you're stuck with me, but I'm excited to be back and getting to do a video for you guys. And I wish I could see all of your smiling faces, but this will have to do for now. So also just a heads up, if you hear a loud noise for some reason, I'm hoping that it doesn't, but my dishwasher can be super loud. So if you hear a loud noise, I apologize. It's just my dishwasher, but I'm hoping it doesn't happen. So let's get into the activity for this week. So the activity that we're gonna do is I just call it Go Fish. And a few of my friends, you guys might have done this activity in one of your RTI classrooms. Not everyone has done it, but a few of you might have done it before. But it's just kind of more of a fun little game that you can do, and especially for my friends that have done it already, you are gonna be much better at it now, and you can even maybe show your parents kind of how to do it, or whoever you're playing with. So all you need for this activity is any kind of paper. I'm using pink just to mix it up a little bit fun. Probably just some scissors and anything you want to write with. And then what we're gonna be making is just these little flashcards. And we're gonna be doing this activity with those CVC words. So remember, those are our consonant, vowel, consonant words. And you did a CVC word activity with Mrs. Sandager last week. So those same kind of words are what we are going to be working with this week. So some of you might, I don't know, some of you might already have kind of like flashcards that have CVC words on it. Like this one says bit. Yeah, so if you already have flashcards that have CVC words on them, you don't have to make them. You can just use those ones if you want to. So I just made, they're really not that big. If you kind of can see like how big they are against my hand, they're really small, because when we did this with a couple RTI friends, we found that it was a little bit hard for them to hold the cards. So I would suggest kind of making them not too big so that it's a little easier to hold on to the cards. You could even make them smaller than what I have if you want to. And all I did was literally just cut pieces of paper up this big. And then after you do that, so we're doing Go Fish, so I'm sure a lot of you or most of you are familiar with Go Fish. So you need 2 of each word, okay? So this one says, I've already shuffled my cards, but this one says bit on it, so you need 2 cards that say bit. Every word has to have a match, because in Go Fish, we're trying to find matches. Now, I'm by myself today, so I'm gonna just kind of show you how to play, but I'm by myself, so I'm gonna do it a little bit. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about though. And again, I think most of you have probably played Go Fish, or someone in your family probably has played it at some point. So I would suggest having about at least 20 words. So if you had 20 words and you have 40 cards, because you need 2 of each word. And then I already shuffled mine, so here's my pile. So I just shuffled them. Your families can probably help you with that, or I know I saw some of you shuffle in our classroom, so you could do it too. Parents, it might be fun for you to write these words on the cards, because then my friends don't know what words they're getting, but also it could be good practice for my friends to write your different CVC words that you know, if you want to do it that way. So either way is just fine. Also, I know with Mrs. Sandiger last week, you were kind of deciding if you had a silly word or a real word. So you can do it kind of either way. You could do all silly words, you could do all real words, or I have a mix of both silly and real words. This word says bove, which is not a real word, that's a silly word. Then I have the word bit, and that is a real word. So again, you could just mix it up however you want. So what you're gonna do is we're just gonna draw 3 cards to start, because otherwise it just gets to be too many for my friends to hold in their hands. We found out when we were doing this in RTI, because you're gonna be adding cards anyways. So if I went first, I would have my friend probably sitting right next to me. And so the 3 words I have are mott, bit, and bove. So I would look at my 3 words and I want to try to find bit. So I would ask my friend, I would say, do you have the word bit? They would look at their cards. If they have that word, they would give it to me and I would lay it down because it's a match. Okay. And then everyone kind of plays it differently. Some people, you always have to have 3 cards in your hand at once. Others don't. So it's kind of up to you. You can just kind of keep going. And then now, if my friend did not have the word bit, they would say, go fish. And I would draw a new card. And then you would look to make sure that the card you drew, I would see if I have any matches. And I drew hog, so I don't have any matches. So then it's not now it's my friend's turn, and then my friend would go. So if my friend asked me if I had a word, let's say they had hog, and they said, do you have hog? And I would say, yep, I do have hog, and I would have to give it to them. You can't hide the word. If you have it, if you have the card, you have to give it to them, okay? And then I always play where I just go until I run out of cards or until nobody can play anymore, and then you just count them out or count how many matches you got to see who won. So that's just kind of a fun little game you could play. Again, I just call it Go Fish, and I'm sure a lot of you have already know how to play it. So yeah, we can play Go Fish. If you're looking for another little activity to do, if you've made these cards, something always fun to do is just kind of put them in random fun places around the house, and you could try and go on a scavenger hunt, or throughout the week see how many words they could find, and when they find it, have them tell you what word they found. So yeah, that's kind of just a couple of fun little activities that we could do this week. And I hope everyone has a good week. I hope it gets a little bit nicer outside. I think it's supposed to be nice for a few days here. Get outside, play. We miss you, me and Mrs. Sandiger, so much. So yeah, I enjoyed doing this video for you guys, and I'll see you soon, I hope. Bye.